overwhelmed. There's a part of me that's always felt like it's part French. And I remember when I first went to Paris in 1953, Lionel Hampton's band, I tried to pretend I could speak French, so we went to this restaurant, and I recognized beefsteak, S-T-E-K. I tried to pretend I could speak French. I said, I'll have some beefsteak with some potages. I thought potages were potatoes. Anyway, eventually I learned. And I spent a lot of time there in 1953, came back 1957 for 2 weeks to stay 5 years. Nadia Boulanger and all those amazing people. Is Johnny Holiday here yet?
No, you know, no? Right.
I met Johnny Holiday when he was 17. He's 74 now? Whatever. I'm only 84. Anyway, I gotta thank you guys. Merci avec tout mon cœur. It's an honor, really truly an honor to be here. For all of you this evening to accept the Society of Authors, Composers, and Publishers of Music's Voix et Souffle medal. France truly evokes many of the warmest, most vivid memories of my life. All kinds. The Paris boy, I was the one to get erupted from a gustatory standpoint. The food, wine, most beautiful ladies on the planet. They were all there. My God. Captain Deneuve was 19. Parapluie de Cherbourg. Anouk Camille, Lola, another 19-year-old. And Juliette Greco. Oh, God. Okay. First time I arrived in Paris in 1953 as a young and very impressionable 19-year-old trumpet player in Lionel Hampton's band. I have a picture of us when we first got to the airport, and we saw like the Arc de Triomphe of it was in the shadows, you know, it just blew our minds. It was just fascinating with the red sky behind it. It's always been like a second home to me. It seems like only yesterday I arrived at the Gare du Nord from Switzerland. You can almost feel how fast my heart was pounding from the excitement as we speak. So I guess in hindsight, when I returned to Paris in 1957 to study with the incredible Nadia Boulanger for a few months, it was no great surprise that 2 months turned into 5 years. I can't explain why I was so drawn to France as a 19-year-old. Perhaps it was something innate to do with the fact that my great-grandfather was half French and half Cherokee Indian. But I can say that as I look back over my more than 7-year career, that it was in France that I recall some of the most instrumental moments of my life occurring. And I gotta tell you, I have to thank France once again, because I know in the bottom of my heart, if it hadn't been for France, we wouldn't have jazz. Even during slavery here in 1895, they had the African polyrhythms, they had the voices from South Africa, and the drums from West Africa, but they hadn't seen trumpet, clarinet, or trombone. That's why you got that big statue of Sidney Bechet in Antibes, you know. And I know where the French hearts are, because I lived through it, and I'll never forget it as long as I live. Oh, that year and a half, why, I can say that as I look back over my more than 7-8 year career, that it was in France that I recall some of the most instrumental moments in my life occurring. I said that before. In that year and a half, while studying with Nadia and working in Buckley Dish with my friend Eddie Barclay, living in Ramatouille in the south of France, I made some wonderful records and formed lifetime friendships with people like Jacques Brel, the Duplessis, Captain Deneuve, Charles Aznavour, the Barclays, Henri Salvador, my brother boy. Oh, he was a maniac.
Yeah.
Oh, Simon. I remember telling Stravinsky when I was with Nadia Boulanger, he said, "What are you doing?" And I honestly, I said, "I'm doing a record with Henri Salvador, Blues to Dantes." He looked at me like that. He didn't know who Henri Salvador was. This is incredible. Okay. I knew Edith Piaf, René Renaud, Michel Legrand, Jacques Chirac, Jack Lang, all those my brothers there. Among many others, as well as a host of American expatriates such as James Baldwin, Kitty Clark, Josephine Baker, all the people who were smart enough to find refuge and a place where they could just be artists in France. I can share countless stories with you that prove how important France has been. But we would be here till next week if I did. So if you have to trust me when I say that in every aspect of my life, my days and nights, and man, what nights we had. Woo! France has played an indelible part. The French had and are truly knowledgeable, enthusiastic acceptance of our music. They helped us bring it to the world. And I would argue that if it were not for the influence of France, that the French in the 1800s in America, jazz may have never been born. To say the least, our music business has changed quite a bit, to say the least, from the time that I started out more than 7 decades ago. But constant has always been a long song in a story. As I've often said, you can make a bad singer sound good